cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. It's time again.
What up, y'all? You tuned in to the 52 Scott podcast. This is Music Monday, and I'm your host, Slash. And with me, I got comedian 96, K Money, Freddie G. Together, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, 52 Scott Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Scott Podcast. All right, welcome out to Music Monday. So, according to media sources, Nicki Minaj and her husband was accused of blowing off a lawsuit. The IRS claims Beyonce owes so many million in taxes. Neyo says he don't care what people think about him, which, I understand that. But also, Roc Nation accused of stealing songs by Glorilla. So, if you have copyrighted music, and if you don't know what copyright music is, basically it says that you are the owner of this song or beat or whatever your preference is. So anyway, a guy has copyright music he submit to a label, Roc Nation, allegedly.
Okay.
So he sends these songs in and he say, well, I want to get the people to listen to it, see if they like my beat, or get somebody to rap on my beat or whatever. I'm submitting songs.
Right.
And he submitted songs. Roc Nation uses his songs on Glorilla's album, as well as Ferg, ASAP Ferg. And this guy say, wait, you stole my beat and didn't pay me for it.
He hadn't heard back from Roc Nation.
He hadn't heard back from Roc Nation at all.
Yeah.
I mean, now I produce music.
Right.
If I submit some songs, and this is my personal feeling, not trying to discredit nobody, no label or nothing like that, but my personal opinion, if I submit some songs to you and it's copywritten material, my respect for you would think that you would respect the fact that my music is copywritten. This is the respect I had for you to send you my stuff. And this is how you treat me.
It's almost like bullying, huh?
That is what that is.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that to?
But did he cover himself?
He had his copywritten music.
It's copywritten, but I mean, if it's
that's it. According to the law, if you copyright your material, that belongs to you and you only. Nobody can take that from you.
All you gotta do is stack back and sit back and just wait for his paycheck. Then.
Well, that's what he waiting on, but
if he's not getting credit for it,
he's not getting credit.
Paid. That's the thing. That's the whole thing.
How can you not get credit for something that you invented?
Well, the thing is, the people don't have to give you credit for nothing. They can take, which is what's happening in this situation. This prime example. Now, one of these songs or beats that he stole from this guy was on a Grammy awarded song on Glorilla's album. So they making the money off the songs, but you're not paying the guy who the copyright belongs to, is what that sounds like to me. That's stealing.
Yeah,
that's okay.
That's stealing.
That would be like, and I hate to use this for example, but somebody took our podcast, and because they had a more popular podcast, say they own our podcast, even though we got all our paperwork in order, because basically you said he was copyright, right? So that means he has his paperwork in order, right? So he's good to go to get paid from any lawyer he go to. So that I don't see how
it's a difference when you fighting these big companies, man, that got the money to actually fight you off.
Money, the key word.
It's all about the money when it all boils down.
So my thing would be, how did it get to this point? And here's what I mean by that. he filed a lawsuit. So when he filed that lawsuit, that's when we all hear about it. That's when it becomes, it's in the paper, it's in the media, we all hear about it.
Right.
Usually when people file lawsuits, that's because they're angry.
Right.
They're upset. So my question would be, did he actually just went on, hey, so-and-so sold so many albums and used my beat and nobody paid me, so I'm going to go ahead and file this lawsuit? Or did he actually reach out to Roc Nation and say, hey, you know, can I get paid? And Roc Nation was like, screw you.
Yeah, he did. He reached out. He never heard nothing back from Roc Nation. Once reaching out to
This is
him.
pretty much how the business is. You know, these big music companies
Yeah,
be D-boying, and
Yeah.
it's all about the money. You know, if you got that long money,
It's crazy.
Oh, so that's why when I was watching, what was that? Straight Outta Compton when Eazy-E went in there. I mean, not Eazy-E, Ice Cube went in there. So, Jerry. Shout out to Straight Outta Compton and all the actors in the movie itself. That was a nice movie, but I get it now. I see why he tore the place up.
All right, according to the IRS, they claim Beyonce owes $2.7 million in unpaid taxes and penalties. But Beyonce say, wait a minute. Why do I owe you this? So she start checking, you know, her files on stuff with them. And what they are saying, the tax people denied some write-offs, like $800,000 in write-offs
Yeah,
to donatable charities, and they wouldn't accept it when she filed her taxes. So
How far back?
I think it starts in 2019, because from 2019 she owed so much, and 2020 she owed so much.
And you know what's so crazy? What trips me out is the IRS can go back as far as they want to if you owe them some money.
Yeah,
But if they owe you some money, because it happened to me.
yeah.
They owed me money, and I didn't file my taxes at 5 years old. They only can go back 2.
Okay,
So
but
it
see,
was
this was
$2,800. So I just left $2,800 out there that I can't
right.
even get.
Well, this was in 2018.
Yeah.
So they're saying that she owed for other stuff, you know, $1 million for 2018, her tax year, $805,000 for something else for 2019, or some stuff that she said that she bought, you know. But my thing is, she got the money to pay it, but what she's saying is, wait a minute, I'm gonna challenge you to see why you charging me like this, which I can understand. It's not like she broke and she don't have the money to pay.
Right.
But I guess she just protecting, you know, herself and how she feels, you know.
She brought them. If you're challenging the IRS, then you feel strongly about you having no leg to
Exactly.
stand on. She the one who petitioned that the IRS and requested a trial in L.A.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that she feels strongly, or her team feels strongly, that, hey, this should have been a write-off. We gave 800 and plus thousands in charity.
Right.
So, yeah.
Don't worry about Beyonce. They just trying to tap into that $16 trillion deficit that they owe with your little 2 points, with your two, not your little 2.7, but I don't, you know, they just trying to tap into that and pay some of that off.
Well, see, she worth so much already. Plus, whatever her tour is about to bring her in is like the $250 million or something.
Oh yeah, she finna kill it.
Plus the $350 million or something she already got. So
Yeah, that little money
that what they talking
Right.
about.
That's nothing.
That's
That
the 2.7 million.
Yeah, that's nothing.
We just talked about her this year's salary.
Yeah.
250 million. She got 2 points, but she just saying, wait a minute.
It's the principle.
It's the principle.
principle.
Yeah.
And I feel that.
Right.
not
You
gonna
know.
handle me like
Yeah,
that.
you ain't
yeah,
because
yeah,
then next
yeah.
year you might hit me with, you
Yeah.
owe me another 1.3
Exactly.
million.
And shout out Beyonce.
Yeah.
Because I feel you. on that.
H-Town legend. bro.
H-Town.
Yeah, man.
Hey, quick question, Slide. Does it mention why the IRS may have not accept the write-offs or some of the write-offs?
So no, it didn't mention that, and that's probably why she's contesting.
Right. Okay.
You know, the whole situation, because it didn't mention why. We can't give you this in write-offs. It was to a donatable charity, and that's your write-off, you know.
Or maybe they didn't recognize the charity.
Stand your
Well,
ground,
I think that's what it was. It was an unknown charity
Oh.
that this $868,000 went to. So it was an
Oh, yeah.
unknown charity. So that's why they kind of was like, you know.
Stand your ground, B.
Yeah.
Things may not always appear as they
Yeah.
seem.
It almost never is, you know. I don't.
Cataracts of cannabis.
But think about it. But think about this. Listen at what she finna make $250 million. Even if I didn't have that, obviously the $868,000 ain't a lot anyway. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing to
Still wasn't nothing to her. So you know, she just on the cool. Look, why you not accepting how I do my business? Respect, Beyonce.
for real.
You better get it. I feel you on that, no doubt. But yeah, Beyonce deserved, you know, whatever she getting out of her career. She had a wonderful, wonderful career.
Still
Still have a wonderful career. Okay, so Neyo says he don't give a
Flying fuck.
about what nobody think about him, man.
Man, I feel Neyo, bro. We get to that age sometime where you just don't give a fuck what
Yeah.
nobody think. You know, long as you find that peace or your peace.
I feel him.
That's all that matters.
I
And
feel,
Neyo has found his peace.
Shout out Neyo, because I feel you, you know, and where his beef come from is because obviously somebody tweeted something
That's that social
on a
media.
social media deal, and they said that he was weird or mentioned him with the artist being weird, you know, and I guess he took it personal.
Here's the thing, though. So I get the especially when you get a certain age, I get the not giving a flying fuck about what people think. But to a certain extent, I think that we all care about what people think to a certain extent. Some to a higher degree than others. But a part of me feels like Neyo does kind of care, because if he didn't care,
Touch the nerve.
he wouldn't have went out to
Oh yeah,
tweet.
he cares.
I don't think
To
so.
say.
So he has a song out, and I'm gonna try to sing it right quick.
You don't
Little
necessarily
part.
have to.
I'm gonna hit it right. And the song is called "Girl, I'm Not Addicted to Sex," something like that, right? So it starts off and he says, "Let me talk to him," right? But there's a part in there where he says, "I won't apologize for being just a little freaky. I can't help it. It's just in me. But a problem it is not. I'm just fine, y'all. Don't worry about me." I'm telling you,
Comedian
the boy,
96.
you listen to the song, he says everything. Listen to it. Everything about him he says on there.
So-
It's like that in the song.
Everything. Just
Let
like that.
me
Just
ask.
like, listen, just like that.
comedian,
Just switch it.
Comedian
Yeah.
96. Let me
Yeah.
ask you a question. If he didn't care just a little about what people think, why would he go out and tweet
Entertain it.
and entertain?
Right.
what people are saying?
I'm gonna look at it this. I'm gonna put it to you this way. As a comedian, I cannot care about what no one thinks
No,
about.
he's a singer.
Yeah, he is a singer.
He's a singer.
Okay, as an entertainer,
Celebrity.
as a celebrity, you cannot think. And I'm not a celebrity, but as a comedian, you have to have you got to understand that no matter you're not gonna make everybody happy. You're not gonna make everybody happy. You're going to have people that think certain ways about you. So your thought process should be, as an entertainer, a comedian, I can't worry about what other people think. They're not paying my bills.
My question
so
is, why would he tweet?
can't.
Why would he tweet if he didn't care?
He has to watch what he say. There's a difference.
Why would he tweet
why
if he
entertain
didn't
it,
care?
period?
Why would he even entertain it if he didn't care?
He has a what they call those? He has not promoters, but he has a brand, so to speak.
No.
So
no.
he has a brand. So he has people that's in his ear at the same time. Hey, Neyo, man, you might want to go out here and fix that. What you
Respond to
just
this.
said. Respond to that, because you are Neyo. You gotta understand. He
Well,
kind of has. He has to watch
but this
every
is
little
what-
thing
what
he's saying. 'Cause
caused
he's not.
the- but-
He's A-list.
So wait, here's what caused the whole thing.
Yeah.
So we'll all be on the same page. So Neyo told TMZ one day that celebrities are weirdos, and he'd rather be with a normal person after divorcing or after his divorce or whatever. So that's when people started saying stuff about him. I guess people have stuff to say about him. Well, what are you doing, da-da-da. But Neyo came back and he really capped on him.
Yeah, he did.
On the cool. He really capped on him. He said, hey, don't be mad at me because I'm living.
Yeah.
I'm living the life I want to live, and you're not doing what you want to be doing. He really kind of capped on him, but at the same time, if you really don't care, you don't have to cap on these people.
Yeah.
You
gotta respond
don't have to respond.
And
They go talk
and just real quick, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
For those youngsters out there that think when Slash says cap that in the context of lying, we had cap first down here.
Right. So it's a different terminology.
It's a different terminology down here in Houston.
Is what we did. It wasn't no cap. It was you was capping.
Yeah, showing out.
You was showing out. Is what out capping meant.
Yeah.
Perfect opportunity to explain that to y'all, because y'all use it in a different way. But yeah, it was cap the whole time.
Way back then.
All right, so Nicki Minaj and her husband been accused of blowing off a $757,000 lawsuit over something that happened in Nicki Minaj's dressing room after a show that she had. So the hired security that was working the show is filing a lawsuit against Nicki Minaj and her husband for a situation that happened. So it was a show that Nicki Minaj was performing, and a person ran up on the stage, was on stage for 15 seconds, and they immediately got the person off the stage. But Nicki Minaj was upset because she didn't feel like she was protected properly by the security people that was hired for the show.
Right. Gotcha.
So Nicki went off. Nicki went off on one of the girls who she felt like the incident could have been stopped. So she went off on her, called her out, of course, his name calling, So a friend of Nicki's apologized to the person after the fact.
Right.
But the head guy, the security, stepped in, and he was trying to, I guess, de-escalate the situation between Nicki and the security girl. But it got a little heated, so it was some words being said, and Nicki instructed the head of security, come back to her dressing room after this situation happened to talk, I guess, in more detail. Maybe this was a luring tactic. And he showed up, so now she gives her husband a cue to hit the man in the jaw. So, yeah, he.
And this is according to
this is
media
according
outlets.
to a lot of media outlets. He hit the man in the jaw.
That's assault.
The husband hit the security, or
the husband hit the security.
Head security.
The head of security.
So here's my thought about that. So my thought on that is, number one, I would want to know what kind of husband are you?
Yeah.
To get to the point to where this could potentially, and it did have a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And mess up the bread.
Yeah.
With your wife.
Yeah, that's over.
So when I started, when I heard that would be today's show, I started doing a little digging.
Yeah.
And so allegedly, and this guy, according to media outlets, he served 4 years in prison. I'm not going to say what he served it for, but apparently he served 4 years in prison. Mm-hmm. And then after that, he turned around and served another 7 years in prison.
Man.
According to media outlets. And then here recently, he did 1 year house arrest or something like that for failure to register.
Yeah.
So you know what that means.
Yeah.
Sound like a pretty bad guy.
Yeah. So my thing is when I think about that, I know everybody has a past and people make bad choices.
Right.
my thing is it sounds like he never really had a pot to piss in.
Or when
Or
they
he
throw it out.
to get on his feet. And now Nicki, man, you're supposed to protect her at all costs.
Yeah.
And so when protecting her at all costs doesn't necessarily mean you going out punching somebody.
Right.
You got to have restraint.
But here's the thing, for that type of situation, even this is a business that y'all doing. This
Yeah.
is a business event. This is not the hood. This is at a performance show that you have, and the person didn't touch you.
And so, and this happened over in Frankfurt, Germany.
Yeah, this
right?
was in another country.
So now I would want to know, was the lawsuit filed in the other country?
In
or?
the country.
Which could be the reason why they just blowing it off, because it's not in America.
It's not, yeah, that makes sense.
Like,
It
they're
may
not
just
even
be.
taking it serious.
Yep. It may just be because it's over in another country. So, they probably like, well, we not going to worry about it anyway. We in America.
We don't have to go back to
I'm sure they know the law.
Yeah, nobody got killed. It was a fist fight, basically.
It didn't sound like it was a fist fight.
And
One-
but that still doesn't justify his act because
right.
because you should have been more professional. That's the security
That's
man.
the point I was saying. You didn't handle it
Yeah,
professionally.
nobody got
That's-
hurt. Nobody got hurt except the head of security, and it's probably because he said something that made a lot of sense. We don't know what was said. We don't know how. This is allegedly, so it could have been anything.
But that action still can affect her business here in the U.S.
It could, once the news get out, But hope the best for that. Hope they get out, the best way they can. I want to give a shout out to everybody that we talked about today. Check us out tomorrow. Come back. Peace out. So that's all, y'all, for this edition of Music Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Come back tomorrow and check out True Tuesday with K Money. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Scott Podcast, on Twitter, @52 Scott Podcast.
We do it natural from the concrete to a public stand.